Herkese merhaba arkadaşlar. Bugün harika bir İngiltere Üniversitesi ile beraberiz. Temsilcimizi hemen almak istiyorum. Hello Josh, welcome to VEF's Voice again. Thank you very much. So, guys, I want to just give you some bright information about Ravensbourne'un University. Today we are with Josh Ibrahim from Ravensbourne'un University, London, UK. The university is an industry-focused institution on a vibrant Greenwich Peninsula, collaborating with the creative and digital industries to give students the skills and opportunities they need to kickstart their careers. Let's go for the first question. What is Ravensbourne'un University known for, Josh?
Okay, thank you for that question. So we are Ravensbourne'u University London, as you mentioned there. We're a specialist creative university based in South London in an area called Greenwich. It's right next to the O2 Arena, if you're familiar with London, but it's in the heart of what's now called London's Design District. So as you mentioned there, that Greenwich Peninsula is now home to several different design companies, and most of our students tend to go into these companies. Our motto is designed for industry, so we're very much focused on the industry placements, and we're a relatively new university, founded in 2018.
This is great. Yeah, this is great. Thank you very much. So it is basically design-focused university, you said, Josh, yes?
Yeah, that's correct. Mostly design programs and mostly more of a digital sway for most of our programs as well. So definitely focused on the digital side of things.
All right, let's go for the second question then. What courses do you offer?
Yeah, so as we mentioned there, most of our portfolio of programs is geared towards the creative industries. So you have bachelor's and master's programs in fields such as fashion, architecture, product design, film and TV production. So more the actual filmmaking side of things rather than a traditional film studies program. When I was in Istanbul in October, the most common question I was asked about were our fashion programs. So we have fashion brand and buying, so more of the business side of things, but like more of textiles programs as well in terms of actual garment making. We've also got a business school, so we look at MBA and these sorts of programs too.
So you have business management as bachelor degree as well, yes?
Yeah, business management as bachelor's as well as the MBA at postgraduate level. You know, you can take that program and focus just on a more traditional sort of business program, but with how the university is and the subject areas that we focus on, there are modules more focused towards business in a kind of creative setting as well.
Thank you very much. Let's go for the next question. Can you talk some more about the facilities that Ravensbourne offers?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the building, we have a kit store, which enables students. It's like a library for equipment. So we have high-end cameras, filming equipment, all sorts of things that you need for the creative projects that you're working on. We have a prototyping lab as well for our more design-focused students who want to actually get their hands dirty and get making things in the lab. With state-of-the-art computer facilities, so we have computing courses and gaming courses as well. An atelier for our fashion students where they can make whichever garments it is that they wish to do. And also importantly, all students will be given free access to the Adobe Creative Suite software when they enroll with us. I think the last thing I would say on this is because we are a small specialist institution, it's very limited in size. The one thing that we don't offer ourselves is our own accommodation, but we do work with a number of private providers in the local area, and we're more than happy to set you up with them and make sure that you fill in their applications for the halls of residence too.
Yeah, on top of all this information, that's great, but I wouldn't pass through without saying that what a great building you have.
Yeah, absolutely. It won, I think it was a few years back when it was formally completed, it won several awards for its design for architecture. I think it's one of those things when you're a creative institution like we are, we need to make sure that the buildings themselves are well designed, are very modern and all of this sort of thing. I'll speak about this a little bit more, but if you actually enter the building and you're able to see it as well, you're not going to see the traditional lecture theatre spaces. It's all open plan, collaborative workspace, and we really encourage that for us.
Yeah, this is great. It really looks amazing. Let's go for the next question. What separates Ravensbourne from other similar universities? Do you have any similar universities, by the way?
Yeah, so I think in terms of similar universities that you look at, all of the creative institutions in the UK are the ones that we would pin ourselves as close to. I mean, lots of our students or lots of our academics as well have gone on to study at UAL, for instance, but also those wider creative institutions that are dotted around all through the country, more smaller specialist ones. We are a modern university, as I mentioned earlier, so we granted university status in 2018, but that means that we don't focus on that traditional academic style of teaching. Like I said, you're not going to have tons of lecture theatres throughout the building. It's an open plan kind of teaching format to encourage collaboration between our students. Many of our modules are shared between their programs as well. Another thing to mention about what separates us from a lot of creative institutions is our focus on industry. So all of our programs have a work experience part of them. It's usually about 10 weeks, but that's mandatory in all of the different programs that we offer. So you get that hands-on industry experience whilst you're studying. I think most creative universities are really great at setting you up to be the most artistic and creative that you can possibly be, and sometimes not so great at making sure you find your job at the end of your degree. At Ravensbourne, that's really, really important to us.
So this sounds pretty attractive for students. And next question is about finding a job. Let's go for the question. What careers have some of your students gone on to after graduating?
Yeah, that links in quite nicely, doesn't it? So with that connection to industry that goes throughout all of our programs, many of our students have gone on to lead incredibly successful careers in their chosen field. One of our most famous alumni that I wanted to mention is Claire Waite-Keller, who was the artistic director for Givenchy for a number of years. She was actually the person that designed Meghan Markle's wedding dress. She studied with us at Ravensbourne. We've also had students join companies as varied as Apple, Amazon, BBC and ITV, Sky and the Royal Shakespeare Company as well. You know, all of these different organisations are looking for creative graduates to go onto their programmes. We have a careers team that can help support you finding a job after you've graduated as well for up to 2 years. And the final thing that I'd note on this is just to mention it was graduation in December, and it was the first time we ever gave out 2 honorary doctorates to students. So our honorary doctorates that we had last year were the actor Idris Elba and Tinker Hatfield, who's a lead designer for the Air Jordans as well. So really focused on that film, TV and the design focused areas of our portfolio.
George, thank you very much for answering all our questions. Finally, do you have any message to send our students?
Yeah, so I think the one thing that I would say is when you're looking at applying to Ravensbourne, we have 3 intakes. So you don't just have to start in September, which is the tradition for UK institutions, mostly for our postgraduate courses, but we have intakes in January and we also have intakes in May as well. So you don't have to wait to September if you want to apply for us. The last thing I would say is if you're traveling to London, you know, any time over the next few months, we run regular campus tours, and if you're not able to book onto one of those, I'll share my contact details. That should be no problem at all, I don't think. They're on the website as well, and I'd be more than happy to meet you in a one-to-one kind of meeting as well.
This invitation is for me or for the students?
For you, for the students, for anyone who wants to come and visit Ravensbourne. You said yourself how great and amazing the building is. More than happy to show anyone around who wants to see that.
Thank you very much again.
No problem. Thanks for hosting.
Take care.
Thank you.